Rosenior did his pre-match press conference ahead of our game against Arsenal in the first leg of our Carabao Cup semi-final game tomorrow at home, so let's check out some talking points. First and foremost, the press conference was yesterday. Usually it would be like the day before the game, but it was yesterday for some other reason. Secondly, it was about 10 minutes roughly. 5 of that 10 minutes was for one reporter asking silly questions. I spent 5 of the 10 minutes listening to her ask questions that she could have asked him on her own time in the chat after the game. So this press conference talking point segment is going to be a short one. Firstly, on team news and updates, he said everyone who played in the Charlton Athletic game didn't exit the match with any injuries or any tweaks, any niggles, so that's a good thing. Secondly, and I think more importantly, he said the reason why Reece James, Cole Palmer and Malagusto didn't feature against Charlton Athletic was for precautionary reasons. He said all 3 had little niggles, little tweaks here and there after the Fulham game, and so to not take any risks, he just didn't involve them at all. Especially at this point of the season where there's a lot to play for, yeah, just leave them out. And so we will know either today or tomorrow if either of them will be ready to start against Arsenal. Personally speaking, I do think we'll see Reece James and Malagusto tomorrow, but I don't think we'll see Cole Palmer, at least from the start. Whatever precautionary measures they're taking for all 3 of them, I just wish and I just hope that at the end, they're all fit. He was asked whether or not this game against Arsenal will be his most important in his young managerial career, and he said the next game is always the most important game of his career. And honestly speaking, you were always going to get that cliche answer because the next game for managers is always the most important game for them because the effort and the preparation that they put into these games, of course you're going to say, well, the most important game, the one I'm most focused on, is the most important one. Honestly speaking, sometimes I don't understand these questions because you know the answers you're going to get. So why waste your time asking it when you know you're going to just get the cliche response? Finally, he was asked about his thoughts on people referring to Arsenal as set piece of C, and he was basically saying he doesn't really hear that around his quarters, but they're not only good at set pieces, they're good at other things as well. And I'm completely of that same opinion as well. You're not top of the Champions League table, you're not top of the Premier League table, you're not in all 4 competitions doing well just because of set pieces. And even though they're one of our biggest rivals, it's just the truth. So those are some talking points from Rosenier's press conference ahead of our game against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-final tomorrow at home first leg. This one was a bit of a short one because people wanted to use half the time to ask nonsensical questions. So those were the more important points from that interview. Hopefully we get a win tomorrow, and that's all I'm hoping for, man, to go back into the second leg at the Emirates. So as always, up the Chelsea.